Hi, folks. This is Jesse Cope. We're going to move from Matthew over to the Gospel of Luke. Give a little introduction kind of to each book. We started with Proverbs, and if you're looking for a place to start, I would highly recommend going back and reading through those one chapter at a time. Went through Matthew. I just always seem to start there because it's the first book in the New Testament. And we're going to go to Luke now. I know a lot of people like John, and that's great. And a lot of people tell others to start in John. That has never been the way I operated, and so I'm going to assume there's a few others out there that don't either. I think I like Luke for a couple reasons. One is he was a physician, a doctor, right? So a scientist, kind of, depending on how you look at it. And I've always enjoyed science. When you read, and I'm not an expert on Luke by any means, but a lot of the introductions and study Bibles and other places will tell you that he was very concerned with investigating the truth and laying everything out very carefully, very accurately. And I think that's always kind of spoken to me and the way I am. He checked things out. He wanted to make sure that what people were saying was really true and wanted to lay everything out before us. So that's always been real encouraging to me. The other is that one of my all-time favorite Christmas shows slash movies, really just a show, was Charlie Brown, the Christmas episode. And there's a scene there where Linus goes through and tells Charlie Brown what Christmas is all about. And it's a section out of Luke talking about the announcement of the birth of Christ. And I just have always liked that. So we'll pretend that those are the reasons I'm going here at least. I think they probably both have a little bit to do with it. The Gospel according to Luke, chapter 1, Introduction, verse 1. Inasmuch as many have undertaken to compile an account of the things accomplished among us, just as they were handed down to us by those who from the beginning were eyewitnesses and servants of the word. It seemed fitting for me as well, having investigated everything carefully from the beginning, to write it out for you in consecutive order, most excellent Theophilus, so that you may know the exact truth about the things you have been taught. Birth of John the Baptist foretold. In the days of Herod, king of Judea, there was a priest named Zacharias of the division of Abijah, and his wife from the daughters of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth. They were both righteous in the sight of God, walking blamelessly in all the commandments and requirements of the Lord. But they had no child because Elizabeth was barren, and they were both advanced in years. Now it happened that while he was performing his priestly service before God in the appointed order of his division, according to the custom of the priestly office, he was chosen by lot to enter the temple of the Lord and burn incense. And the whole multitude of the people were in prayer outside at the hour of the incense offering. And an angel of the Lord appeared to him, standing to the right of the altar of incense. Zacharias was troubled when he saw the angel, and fear gripped him. But the angel said to him, "Do not be afraid, Zacharias, for your petition has been heard, and your wife Elizabeth will bear you a son, and you will give him the name John. You will have joy and gladness, and many will rejoice at his birth. For he will be great in the sight of the Lord, and he will drink no wine or liquor, and he will be filled with the Holy Spirit while yet in his mother's womb. And he will turn many of the sons of Israel back to the Lord their God. It is he who will go as a forerunner before him in the spirit and power of Elijah, to turn the hearts of the fathers back to the children, and the disobedient to the attitude of the righteous, so as to make ready a people prepared for the Lord. Zacharias said to the angel, "How will I know this for certain? For I am an old man, and my wife is advanced in years." The angel answered and said to him, "I am Gabriel, who stands in the presence of God, and I have been sent to speak to you and to bring you this good news. And behold, you shall be silent and unable to speak until the day when these things take place, because you did not believe my words, which will be fulfilled in their proper time." The people were waiting for Zacharias and were wondering at his delay in the temple. But when he came out, he was unable to speak to them, and they realized that he had seen a vision in the temple, and he kept making signs to them and remained mute. When the days of his priestly service were ended, he went back home. After these days, Elizabeth, his wife, became pregnant, and she kept herself in seclusion for 5 months, saying, "This is the way the Lord has dealt with me in the days when he looked with favor upon me to take away my disgrace among men."